Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about Databricks. So let's understand what is the Databricks. Databricks is an open analytical platform built on the top of Apache Spark. It helps the business and the data engineers process large amount of data efficiently. So let's understand the key features of the Databricks. So you can see it provides the notebook, so where you can write your code, analyze the data and visualize the results. So these notebooks support the multiple languages like Python, SQL, Scala and R, making it flexible for the different users. And if you talk about the open analytical platform, so it is an open platform, meaning it works with the many tools and the technology. So you can integrate it with the cloud services like AWS, Azure and GCP. So Databricks can connect with the cloud storage solutions. This means you can easily store and access your data without worrying about the infrastructure. Then if we talk about the Git integration, you can integrate the Databricks with Git, which helps team work together on the data or the project. So it allows the version control, meaning you can track the changes and collaborate smoothly. Then Databricks also support the SQL warehouse, making it easier to run the SQL query on the large dataset. Then Databricks come with the ML flow modeling, which tools help to building and tracking and managing the machine learning models. If you are working on AI or the machine learning, this is the game changer, that ML flow modeling. Then compute management. The Databricks automatically manages computing resources, meaning you don't have to worry about the setting up the servers. It scales up and down based on your workload, saving the time and cost. In the next slide, we can see how the Databricks work with the Azure. So it provides the unified billing, that means manage all the cost and the payment in one place with Azure. Then it also provides the Azure Entra ID. It is also called the Azure Active Directory previously. It handles the user authentication and the access control securely. Then Azure Data Factory automates the data movement and transformation between the sources. And next is the Power BI, which is used to visualize the data with interactive reports and dashboard for the better decision making. So in this slide, we will talk about the Databricks architecture. So everything starts with the user, which is you or anyone using the Databricks. So you log in using single sign-off. SSO means the single sign-off authentication. This means you don't need to remember multiple passwords. So it's super secure and convenient because it uses your organization existing login system. Then Azure Entra ID. So after you enter your login details, the request goes to the user Azure Entra ID, which is previously known as a Azure Active Directory. So it checks your identity and permissions, making sure you have the right access. Then let's talk about the control plane and the compute plane. So control plane is managed by the Databricks and the compute plane managed by the Azure. So we can say that the control plane is the brain of the Databricks, where all the planning happens. It handles the four main parts, that is cluster, notebooks, jobs and the data. So the cluster, these are groups of virtual machines that process data. Databricks spins them up when you need them and shut them down when you are done. So basically it's saving the cost. And if you talk about the notebooks, this is where the magic happens. You can write the code in the languages like Python, SQL, Scala or R. So it's like the digital notebook where you can mix the code, comment and even visualize your data. Then jobs, if you want to run something automatically, then we can use the jobs. So jobs do that. So they schedule and automate the tasks, making life easier for the data engineers. In data, it manages the connection to the different sources, whether they are Azure or the external system. Moving on the compute plane, which is managed by the Azure, this is where all heavy lifting happens. So when you run a job, the control plane tells the compute plane to launch the virtual machines. These virtual machines process your data, run the analytics and train machine learning model. So what's cool in Azure Databricks, it is automatically scale this virtual machine up or down based on the workload. So you are only paying for what you actually use. No wasted resources are here. So if you talk about the storage, Azure storage, then of course to process the data, you first need to store it somewhere, right? So this is where Azure powerful storage solution come in. So Azure storage and the Azure data lake is store the massive amount of data and then save the result back. So it also store the metadata like job logs and the table schema, so you can keep track of everything that happens. Databricks also support the external data sources. This could be database outside Azure, APIs or any third-party data providers. This means you can pull in data from the multiple places, combine it and analyze it all in one platform. So you can do everything into the one platform. This is the beauty of database architecture. So let's discuss in summary. So what we have discussed: user authentication, which is start the process with secure SSO. Then Azure Entra ID, check your identity and gives you the right access. Control plane, organize the cluster, notebook, jobs and the data connections. Then the compute plane in Azure handle the actual processing with virtual machines that scale up and scale down as needed. Then data is stored in Azure Storage and Azure Data Lake and the results are saved back. Databricks can also pull in data from the external sources, make it super flexible and platform. So if you feel this video is informative, please like, comment and share my video. Thank you for watching.